गणानां त्वा गणपतिगं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पत नः शृण्वन्नोतिभिस्सीदसादनम् ॐ श्रीमहागणपतये नमः। सरस्वत्यै नमो नित्यं भद्रकाल्यै नमो नमः। वेदवेदान्तवेदाङ्ग विद्यास्थानेभ्यैव च सदाशिवसमारम्भाम् शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः व्यासं वसिष्ठनप्तारं शक्तेः पौत्रमकल्मषं पराशरात्मजं वन्दे शुकतातं तपोनिधिं व्यासाय विष्णुरूपाय व्यासरूपाय विष्णवे नमो वै ब्रह्मनिधये वासिष्ठाय नमो नमः। चतुर्वदनो ब्रह्मा द्विबाहुरपरो हरिः अभाललोचनः शम्भुः भगवान् बादरायणः भगवान् बादरायणः। ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। Indeed, from 71st Sutra. भूमा संप्रसादादद्युपदेशात् धर्मोपपत्तेश्च अक्षरम् अम्रान्तधृतेः सा च प्रशासनात् अन्यभावव्यावृत्तेश्च ईक्षते कर्मव्यपदेशात् सः दहर उत्तरेभ्यः गतिशब्दाभ्यां तथा हि दृष्टं लिङ्गं च धृतेश्च महिम्नोऽस्यास्मिन्नुपलब्धेः प्रसिद्धेश्च इतरपरामर्शात् स इति चेन्नासंभवात् इतरपरामर्शात् स इति चेन्नासंभवात्। उत्तराच्च चेदाविर्भूतस्वरूपस्तु अन्यार्थश्च परामर्शः अल्पश्रुतेरिति चेतद् उक्तम् अल्पश्रुतेरिति चेतदुक्तम् अनुकृतेस्तस्य च Just let me complete the last portion and then I'll start the new adhikaran. The last portion which you saw yesterday, please open the mantra. Your mantra is there, 8.1.1. In that 8.1.1, if you see, Ata yadidam asmin brahmapure dharam pundarikam veshma dharo asminantra kashaha tasmin yadantaha tadanveshtavyam. So there are two interpretations I had mentioned about this. If you see, the first asmin refers to the sharire, body. The second asmin refers to physical heart. In the interpretation number 1, the second asmin refers to physical heart and the third asmin refers to tasmin.
Imadi is this.
First, third is tasmin. The heart, not a space. In the heart, I told this point yesterday that in the interpretation number 1, the tasmin refers to the same heart, and in that heart there is a space. In the second interpretation, that third tasmin refers to the space. That is in the second interpretation. Little careful. I'm repeating it. First tasmin there is no problem. It refers to the body only. And the second asmin refers to the physical heart. And in the interpretation number 1, third tasmin refers to the physical heart. In the physical heart, there is a dharakash which should be anveshtavyam, inquired about. Now, in the second interpretation, the third tasmin refers to the space. And in that space, whatever is there, see what is written? Tasmin yat anveshtavyam. Yat. Whatever is there. What is there is not written. But whatever is there, yat tad anveshtavyam. Whatever is there, one should inquire about that. And one should know about that. Okay, this point is clear. Just be careful. And if you are interested, you have Chandogya Upanishad and you have 8th chapter also. Please go and see the Bhashya of Chandogya Upanishad and see these things there. I'm not going in that detail. Now, what is there in that heart? So, in the first interpretation, object of inquiry is straight away Dharakash. But in the second interpretation, Tasmin Hridayakashe Dharakashe Anta Yad Vartate. Whatever is in that heart, what is in that heart is not written. Whatever is in that heart, that should be inquired about. Now, what is in that heart, I told you in the third mantra. Dyava Prithvi Antareva Samahite Ubhavagnischa. That means what is in the heart is the Jagat is in the heart only. Right? And Jagat is in the heart. And therefore, what is the situation now? 3 containers are there. One is body, then another is the physical heart, then is the space. These are the 3 containers, and one content is the world. So, tad anveshtavyam. So, what is the object of inquiry now? Hello? Jagat. Jagat. Now, 3 questions arise. Why the Upanishad will ask for inquiring about the Jagat? Second question. Every year Upanishad asks to inquire about Brahman. So why should it ask to inquire about Jagat? And third question is contextual problem. During the body of analysis, we have said Brahman is the object of inquiry. Why? Because in the first sutra, Uttarebhya word has been said. Dhara Kasha Uttarebhya. And therefore Brahman is the object of inquiry and not the Jagat. And here, to help us out of this, Bhagwan Bhashyakar comes back to help us. And therefore I say always that try to tune to Bhashyakar. What he says now here to take us out of this problem, he says, Jagat Anveshtavyam, you add one word before that, Sadharam Jagat Anveshtavyam. Sadharam. Sadharam means you please inquire about the world along with its substratum. You inquire about the Jagat. You inquire about the Jagat along with its substratum. Which word says like that in the Upanishad? Tell me, see. Which word is telling Sadharam Jagat Anveshtavyam? No. Yadantaha hai. What is inside tad? Yadantaha tad. You inquire about that. What do you inquire about? You inquire about that Jagat along with its substratum. So you should inquire into the third container and the content, not only the content. So tad is equal to Ubhayam Anveshtavyam. You please inquire about the substratum along with the Jagat, not only that. Okay, you got my point. You inquire about the world along with because only inquiry about the world will not give you a solution. How do you know that? How can you say like that? Well, I am telling you how, I'll tell you now. So 8.1.6. This is the Phal Shruti is written. Phal Shruti is what is there? See what is written? 8.1.6, last line. Atha yaha iha atmanam anuvidya vrajanti. One who knows this self And what is written here? Etagamscha satyan kamascha teshagam sarveshu lokeshu kamacharo bhavati. One who knows the Atma as well as the desire, therefore he is using the word Atma and desire both. See the whole mantra, I am not reading the whole mantra, but here what is written? Tadya iha atmanam anuvidya mrajanti tagamsya satyan kamagam teshan sarveshu lokeshu kamacharo bhavati. So Phalashruti says one who knows Atma along with the desire. See? Tadiha atmanam anuvidya brajanti satyagam satyagas kamascha. One who knows the Atma, Atmanam, and Satyan Kaman. Satyan Kaman, which Vibhakti is there? Dvitiya. So therefore the object of knowledge, Anuvidya, are both. Object of knowledge is the Atma also. Atmanam is also Dvitiya. And this is the point in Sanskrit. Sanskrit need not be put in the chronological order. Ram, like if you say like that, Rama goes to school from home. So you cannot change the order. You cannot say from Rama school goes. You told or not in your Sanskrit class the topic of Vibhakti. The prepositions are not required. You got my point? You cannot say in English, from Rama, school goes. Totally different meaning is there. But school goes from Rama. You have to really put the whole sentence as it is. But when you say in Sanskrit, Rama grahat vidyalayam gacchati. So now there is no compulsion. You can say gacchati Rama vidyalayam grahat. You can say grahat Rama gacchati vidyalayam. You can put any word anywhere. There is no compulsion that you have to put the word in its own order. What is the benefit of that? Benefit is that you have a lot of flexibility in putting the word as is required along with other words. But in English there is no such benefit. Because preposition Rama goes to school from house. So before the school word from has to come. But Sanskrit avoids all prepositions. It is along with that particular grahat only it is written. So grahat covers everything now. Okay, so you can tell this when you are teaching that. This is one of the beautiful point of Sanskrit language. One of the, there are many. Now see how you found out. Anuvidya is there, one who knows. Anuvidya is the verb here. Ab see, ab you say what he knows? Who knows? Tad yatha yaha. Yaha aa raha hai. Dekho yaha aa raha hai na? Tadya. Tadya is tadya. Ya means who? Whosoever. And anuvidya is the verb here. Anuvid. Having known this Atma. Anuvidya is having known this Atma. And Brajanti is the verb here. Anuvidya is lep pratyay. Having known. Incomplete verb is there. Incomplete has to be followed by the complete verb. Apurna kriya. Kratva, gatva, khaditva. Tva pratyay is there. What is the difference between tva pratyaya and lep pratyaya? In the tva pratyaya, you don't have upsarga, like kritva, having done. But if you say anu, you can't say anukritva. Then you have to say anukritya. Like vid is there. So viditva. But anu is there, so anuvidya. I forgot it. So there is lep pratyaya and there is tva pratyaya. Not tva. Tva, half ka is there. Tva pratyaya. So having done this, he was, while eating, he was reading. While eating, he was reading also. So how will you say? Or after eating, he was reading. So khaditva sa pathati. So anuvidya. I did not. What is the verb here? Prajanti. Prajanti means leaves this body. Vajanti what he knows. Anuvidya. What is the object of the knowledge? Atmanam. And bolo jaldi. Satyan kaman. Desires. So he knows what he knows. Atma along with the desires. Oh, yes. Then what happens? Then he attains everything. Sarveshu lokeshu akamacharo bhavati. He attains everything. This is the meaning. So Upanishad talks about two things. What are the two things? Atma and the desire within. And this is the meaning. That means he is not knowing only the world. Because if he was knowing only the world, he cannot know Atma there. Because he knows the Atma. Upanishad is talking about the knowledge of the Atma and the world. And therefore what? Therefore, tad word in the 8.1.1 should refer to what? Atma and the world. Because Anveshtavyam and Vijigyasitavyam was there. Anveshtavyam and Vijigyasitavyam was there. Right? Getting my point or not getting my point? And therefore, the word here Kama refers to entire universe. And Atma refers to Dharakash. So Upanishad does not talk about the Jagat Gyan Phalam, but it talks about Atma Sahit Jagat Gyan Phalam. Knowledge of the world will never give. That is not. Why it is not? Why knowledge of the world is not useful? It won't give you liberation. Knowledge of the world, because it is not your nature. Knowledge of the world, all the people have so much of knowledge, but sorrow is maintained. Because sorrow is in the Atma, in the limitation of the Atma. Knowledge of the world can give some worldly object. Knowledge of the world, if you have any knowledge of botany, you can solve botanical problems. You can find out which plant is where, which soil is required for which plant, which climate is required for which plant, what plant is used in what context. So, but the sorrow is not in that world. Where is the location of sorrow? Sorrow is experienced not in the world. Sorrow's experience is in the I. Sorrow is not the name of an object. Sorrow is not the name of any person. Sorrow is not the name of failure. Sorrow is not the name of any lack of money. Dharmani Taponji should be very sad. Ravana Maharshi had no money. You should be very sad. But if you say one formula I make, sorrow is equal to lack of money. So this should be universal then. On the other hand, Raman Maharshi, when he came to Tiruvannamalai from his home, so he took the fare for the train from his brother. He was to go and deposit that money in the school, but he took it from and came here. Their train fare. He reached Tiruvannamalai. So after reaching Tiruvannamalai, still he had some money left. Still he had some money left in his pocket. What he did then? They could see their Sharanagati. So he went there. The priest was not. It was morning time, 10 o'clock. Morning time. Around morning time, 10 o'clock. And it was very deserted. Now there are a lot of people in Tiruvannamalai. But there was a time when it was nothing was there. It was full of jungles. I have also gone. You have gone. Temple you visited. So there is a pond in India. After the temple, there is a pond. So in the pond, they washed their hands, etc. So whatever money was, he flung that in that pond. And went into there's a down cave is there. Inside the temple. And went into meditation. If lack of money was equal to sorrow, then all these saints should be very sad because they have no money. So lack of object is not equal to sorrow. And lack of person is not equal to sorrow. This equation that we have in our mind is totally wrong. Or lack of that, house is not equal to sorrow. And presence of person is not equal to joy. That person can give you joy. The same person, if your mind is not okay, it can give you sorrow also. Same person. Same person can give you a lot of sorrow. And therefore, the moksha cannot be by the Jagat Gyan. Jagat Gyan will definitely can give you some solution to the problems of the world, not of the self. Problem of the world, what is the problem of the world? It is hot, I want to make it cool, so bring air con. I went to Bahrain. So I say lot of greenery is therein. I said Middle East all around. My plane went. It was all desert. When I reached Bahrain, lot of greenery. Inside the Bahrain, why? What a greenery is there. Big trees, big plants. So I said, how come so much greenery is there when there is no water? They said they imported the plant. The tree itself they imported. I was amazed to see. Not a small plant. The big trees. Palm tree. They imported the whole tree along with the roots. There's a technology. You can take it along with the roots. And they put it all around. Lush green. The problem of the desert, at least in that area, because they have a lot of money, what to do? Do all these things. So they imported the whole trees. What my point? So objective problem can be solved in the objective manner to a certain extent. Feeling cold, you can put on warm clothes. Right. The water was not there. So they put a desalination plant. The water of the whole ocean, not whole ocean, little ocean, they desalinated it. So they had desalination plants are there. They take out the saltiness of the water and the water is drinkable water. They could solve. What medical science did. So therefore, I'm not letting down the knowledge as secular knowledge. Please don't do these mistakes. That there is no use of this. No, there is a use at its own place. But it cannot take away your sorrows. Because sorrow's address is in the self. Sorrow is not an objective thing. So jagat jnanen dukkham na gamishyati. Jagat jnanen moksham na bhavati. Jagat keval jagat jnanen moksham na bhavitum arhati. It is not possible to have liberation. Sukh cannot come there. Sukh will be there where dukh is experienced. And the sorrow is experienced only in I. That is only in I. The limitation is experienced only in I don't have this. Sorrow is a name of I don't have this or I have this. There cannot be experience of sorrow without adding I. Experience of sorrow has to be along with I only. Or in I only. Experience of heat, cold, that is not requiring lot of I there. You are not over-conscious of I. So, keval, therefore, Jagat Gyan is not the topic here. Atma Sahit Jagat Gyan is the topic. So, Atma Sahit Jagat Gyanena moksho bhavati. But keval Jagat Gyanena moksha na bhavati. This is the Shruti Pramana. Where? Sixth. And what is the Yukti Pramana? What is the logic? By if you inquire about the world, there is no Purusharth. Purusharth means there is no moksha possible. You cannot have the moksha, otherwise Darwin and Einstein would have got moksha. So much they study. These research scholars, if you go and see in any area, they study a lot. These Sanskrit scholars are there, or these scientists are there. On one thing they break their head. One thing called DNA. There is a big studies on DNA. Cloning, DNA. Lot of things are there. Sometimes they have Bhagavad Gita as theirs. And they come and sit in my class. I said, why you are yourself a research scholars? One person was there, I went to one place. He used to come in Bal Vihar. He said, can I attend Bal Vihar camp? Elderly person, in 30s. I said, generally I don't like when Bal Vihar students are going on, any elder should come. Parents especially. And friends, nobody should be there. Because children then don't talk properly and you also have inhibition what they will say. And then parents will say, see, this is what was told to you, not following. So they are conscious, so let them become open for some time. When he allowed him, his child was not there. I'm not taking his name. So after the talk was over, I said, what is your introduction? What you do? He said, I'm teaching the university on Brahma Sutra. Imagine Brahma Sutra, he was a philosophy teacher. Young person. Again, I met him last year. He has become a big person in the university now. I said, you are attending Bhagavad? No, you see, then he said, see, we study for earning. He said, our standards are different. And saying the same things are different. You talk for moksha, we talk for money. and our status in the university and society. Therefore, listening itself quietens the mind. Therefore, I sat in the class to hear some stories. उनको भी जगत ज्ञान है तो कहाँ मोक्ष है? So much knowledge is there. What you study? If you go and see what they study, when you are studying, you must be studying from 8 hours, 9 hours in the university. How long you are studying? 8-9 hours when the exams are there. And here how you study? If talk is there, then study is there. If you have to talk, then दिमाग पर बात चढ़ जाती है. Then you study for 2 hours, 3 hours. If you are a sincere, some that is don't study that much also. For one talk, you have to study for at least 3 hours. Otherwise, you will be exposed. Here, don't study as much you studied there in the university. You also must be studying. Quite a study is there. Medical is quite tough. Ayurvedic studies also not. Homeopathy is not easy. Then we also studied 12 hours. These glasses have not come just like that. If any engineer and doctor is there and he has no glasses, when he is not studious, you have to have glasses. Whole day your eyes are like that. Slowly you start blurred. When you go and splash water, eyes are weak. But moksho na bhavati. Jagat jnanena moksho na bhavati. Purushartha na siddhyate. This logic is there. I hope you are clear. And same thing is said in 15th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Urdhva moolam dashakham ashwatham prahuravyayam chandamsi yasya parnani yastam veda savedavita. One who knows that, he is the knower of Vedas. Knows what? Knows what? Yastam Veda, yah tam Veda. Tam means what? First line is stating about the Jagat only. Urdhva moolam adashakam ashwatam prahuravyam chandam ses. Tam means what? बोलो भाई, आत्मा कहां से आ गई? हाँ? Only Ashwattham. Tam means not only Jagat. Samsar is not the point here. Because yes, tam veda sa vedavit. Vedamit means jnani. One who knows that he becomes jnani. So knowing the world, you will never become jnani. It is samulam samsar vriksham ya veda. Urdhamulam. Adashakam. Not only he does not know only the Atma. Or he does not know only the world. If he knows only the Atma and not the world, then you go to Sankhya, then you go to Yoga. Then you don't know what world is. There's a problem with the Yoga philosophy. Yoga says Drishta is something, Drishya is something else. What is world? Well, the world is Drishya. World, how much is the world? Well, very big. What about Drishta? Drishta is different. So what is your area of work? Drishta. What about Drishya? Nothing to do with that. Therefore, go and interact. Well, no, I won't go out. Why? Because world will enter into me. So we are all into meditations. They don't like Vedantis. They say, you people, you go out and interact. And this way, what will happen? That you get mixed up. Vedanta says, see, I have no problem with your meditation. But what is world? He said, world is very terrible thing. Vedanta says, yes, we also will meditate. But we are not dependent that if we go out, my knowledge won't be lost. You are afraid of your knowledge being lost. Therefore, what is the definition of yoga there? Chitta vritti nirodha yoga. This cessation of thoughts, that is the yoga. What is Vedanta definition? जल्दी बोलो. चित्त निरोधा yoga. Nashta manasodkrishta yogina. He said, I am in meditation. Of course, I'll go and meditate quietly. In Vedanta, there are 6 chapters on meditation only. So not that we are not meditating. There's a lot of glory of meditation. You should meditate. And you should keep the world at a drishya. But to be dependent on meditation, then only you will have the knowledge. This is kacha knowledge. When I am alone with you, then only I have love for you. This is kacha love. Sarvatha vartamanopi sayogi mai vartate. Bhagavan says, doing anything that yogi revels in me only. Utkramantam sthitam vapi. Bhunjanam va gudanvitam. Mudha nanu pashyanti gyan chakshasha. Pashyan, shrunman, sprishan, jigran, ashnan, gachan, shwapan, palapan, prasjan, visjan, grinnan, unmishan, nimishan api. Naiva kinchit karomi iti yukto manyeta tattvavit. Are you seeing Gita? Where Gita is coming from? Tyaktva karma phala sangam nitya tripto nirashya. Next line. Next line. You know what is the next line? Karmanya bhipravrittopi. Naiva kinchit karoti sa. Such a person is heavily involved in all actions. But he is not doing anything. Krishna bhogi shukastyagi. Raja no janak ragho. Vasishta karm karta cha panchayate jnanina sama. Bhagwan Krishna, as if he is acting as a bhogi. Lot of bhog is around him. Shukdev ji is mahatyagi. Not even langot is there. Not even lion cloth he used to put. And Raja Janak and Raja Ram, they are administrating the whole world. And Vasishta ji is karm kandi purohit. But all 5 are in the same state. This is Vedanta. So you will never hear Bhagavan Krishna is meditating. That is Shivji's department. Bhagavan Krishna had very hectic life. Very busy and very hectic and full of turbulence and complex life. Full of turbulence and full of complexes. Much more complex than Ramji's life. But what is his knowledge? Namam karmani limpanti name karm phale spraha. I am not attached to any action. So if you don't have knowledge of the world, what? As a dhyast on the adhishta. World is superimposed on the consciousness. World will be becoming a taboo for you. It will eat you. It will gulp you. Meditation is not a verb. It is a noun then. You are not doing meditation. You are in meditation at all times. Karmaniya karmaya pashyata karmani cha karmaya. One who sees inaction in all actions. This is the meaning of what? Tad. Oh, I forgot which meaning. All of a sudden you say this word, that word. Tad. Tad means what? Dahara akash sahit jagat anveshtavyam. And first meaning was Dahara akasham anveshtavyam. Oh, so ubayam. This is the completion of this particular section. Adhikaran. I hope you are clear. Clear? Okay, clear. All is fine. Don't worry. I'll take time. I'm a slow learner and fast eater. So I will take time. Some are really fast eater. By the time you start, it's over for themselves. And eating should be done slowly, by the way. Okay. because munching is required. If you don't munch, stomach has to work hard. Anyway, that is your problem. Let us go to the next adhikaran now. Next adhikaran, I can read 1 or 2 pages, then we'll explain that. Again, we will read. This is called Anukritya Adhikaranam. This is Adhikaran number. Which number? 6. 6th. We are from 4th. 6th Adhikaran. Last one was 5th. So this is 6th Adhikaran. And in that quarter, this is 22nd Sutra. And this is the first Sutra of 6th Adhikaran. I already read it. Let me read 1-2 paragraph. Then I'll introduce it and we can see it tomorrow. Anukrutestasya cha Anukrutehe tasya cha. Let me read 1 or 2 paragraph. Then I'll go back to meaning. Na tatra suryo bhati na chandra tarakam Nima vidyato bhanti kuto yamagnihi tameva bhantam anubhati sarvam tasya bhasa sarvam idam vibhati iti samamananti yatrayam bhantam anubhati Sarvam yasya cha bhasa sarvamidam vibhati sa kim tejo dhatuhu kaschit utpragya atmeti vichikitsayam tejo dhaturiti tavat praptam kutah Tejo dhatu nama eva Suryadi nam Bhana pratishedhad Teja swabhavakam hi Chandra tarakadi Teja swabhavaka eva Surye bhasmane ahani na bhasate iti prasiddham tatha sah suryena sarvamidam chandra tarakadi yasminna bhasate sopi tejasvabhava eva kaschit iti avagamyate anumanamapi tejasvabhavaka eva upapadyate samana svabhavakeshu anukara darshanat gachantam anugacchati iti vat tasmat tejo dhatuhu kaschit iti evam prapte brumah pragya eva ayam atma bhavitum arhati asmat anukrutehe anukaranam anukritihi yadetat tameva bhantam anubhati sarvam iti anubhanam tat pragya parigrahe avakalpate. Bas. Let me see in short, then I'll take you tomorrow this subject. This is called Anukritya Adhikaran because of the first word called Anukriti, Anukritehe. Anukritehe is 5th case. So this is Anukriti is there. This Adhikaran is having only 2 sutras and it is a very small adhikara. And good news is that the Vishayavakya of this adhikaran is well known to you, which you may be chanting in your arti every day. Na tatra suryo bhati, na chandra tarakam. Pura karo. Let me see who can chant properly. Because I see people are making mistake. Who will chant? Kaushiki does not want to see me also. I have become so bad. At the most it will be wrong. What does it matter? Will I learn? So start. Natatra Surya Bhati. No, Nima Vidyuto. Nima Vidyuto Bhanti. Not Bhati. Bhanti. This is Vidyut is the word. So Vidyut Vidyito Vidyuta. It is plural. Natatra Suryo Bhati. Don't say Natatra Suryo Bhanti. When I go there, and because they want to do arti, they chant anything. And problem is with lot of confidence. When you do something wrong continuously, you get a lot of confidence in that. You feel that alone is right. So they will come and then Natatra Suryo Bhanti, and loudly they will chant. Nachandra Tarakam Neva, and where Bhanti should be there, they don't know. They Nema Vitto Bhanti Kodo Yamati. कुछ भी बोलते चले जाते हैं. Whole attention is diverted. Singha Mission is very popular. Purna Kumbh and this arti. And anything they chant. Na tatra suryo bhati na chandra tarakam. In your puja, I think you must be chanting it. Good thing is very short arti, not Om Jai Jagdish, it takes 7 minutes. This is from which Upanishad? This mantra is from which Upanishad? Good, you are very honest. Any other Upanishad that comes? Kevalya. It is Kaivalya, not Kevalya. Kailash, Keval. Jay. Here they don't say Jay. Holy Siavaramjam ki Jay. Kevalya. Kathopanishad. This comes in 2 places. Mundak Upanishad and Kathopanishad. 2.2.10 of Mundak Upanishad. And 2.2.15 of Kathopanishad. 2 places this mantra comes. But Bhashyakar here takes Mundak Upanishad. He will refer to Mundak Upanishad. Why? We will see that. Both places this mantra comes. I'll go to the general introduction of the Adhikaran, not the sutra. What does this Adhikaran say? Adhikaran means topic. So total how many Adhikaran is there in Brahma Sutra? 192. 192 Adhikaran are there. I had told that earlier also. 192 Adhikaran is there. And we are going to see now this Adhikaran. Now what does it mean? You have heard this, but we'll see from the way of understanding Brahma Sutra. So first word is Na Tatra Suryo Bhati. Suryo Bhati. Bhati. Bhati means shine. Sun shines. sun shines. You have heard transitive verb and intransitive verb. I don't know if you remember or not. Transitive verb and intransitive verb. You remember that? Don't remember that? I think you have remembered that. Transitive and intransitive verb. That verb, it requires an object. That is called transitive verb. That which does not require an object, that is called intransitive verb. No, that is not. That is karmani prayog. That is active voice and passive voice. Like Ramaha Ravanam Hanti. So Ramena Ravana Hata. So here, when it is said, Na tatra suryo bhati, sun shines, is a typical usage there. There sun does not shine. Tatra sun does not shine. Up shine is a verb that it need not illuminate anything. Dhandena, please be careful. There is a difference between shining and illuminating. Difference in what? No, some object is there. Object is there. Because of that thing is illumined. That is, object is there. That is called Na tatra suryo bhati. So what is the meaning of this word? With regards to Atma, sun does not shine. Sun does not shine means what? Sun, tatra means with regard to. That means with respect to the self. That means Atma is not the illuminator of the self. So your shine word, you have to take it as illuminator. So sun is not illuminator of the Atma. Surya na bhati. Sun is not shining. That is one aspect. Shining is independent thing, but illuminating is dependent thing. Okay. Making somebody illuminate. What should be the word then? Making something illuminate. What should be the verb here? If I had to say sun is making the Atma shine, what could have been verb? No, I mean in Sanskrit I am asking. What could be the verb if I have to say Atma is making it shine? संस्कृत की पढ़ाई हो नहीं रही, you are not. No, here I am asking. Yes, you are close. Bhasayati. I am studying. Sa pathati. He is studying. Sa pathayati. So pathayati is making others study. Ya comes. I have told all these things. This is advanced study. So if you go into detail, you will get more firm in your knowledge. I am studying. Aham pathami. But aham pathayami. I am making study. When ya comes, bhasyati. When prakashati, if you say prakashate has to be there. Prakashati, prakashate should be there. Kashtat is there. So that is also shine. But prakashyati will be there to make shine. So here the word na tatra suryo bhati, that sun is not shining. So here it is in the meaning of na bhasyati. It is not making it shine. It is not illuminating. Whom? Atma. This sun is not making Atma shine. It is not illuminating the Atma. Na tatra suryo. Tatra means in the reference of, with respect to, in the difference of, with regards to. Tasmin vishaye. Na tatra suryo bhati. So how will you translate it really? So Atma, Surya Atmanam na prakashyati, na bhasyati. So it is not illuminating. So convert the shine into illuminator. Just for your understanding. Na tatra suryo bhati, na chandra tarakam. What does it mean? Chandra tarakam also with reference to Atma, Chandra tarakam, they are not illuminator. Because Chandrama is also illuminates in the night. If it is Purnima, you can see in the dark night also, you can see the trees, you can see the roads. That is called Jyotsna. Jyotsna means sunlight. Moonlight. Moonlight is called Jyotsna. So, stars and moon also don't illuminate. Whom? Atma. Okay. Na chandra suryo bhati, na chandra tarak. No, na tatra suryo bhati, na tatra chandra tarakam bhati. Tatra, you have to add there also. Ima, nema vidyuto. Nema is not somebody's name. Nema is imaha. Imaha. Imaha is adjective of, pronoun of Vidyuta. Vidyuta. It's plural. Imaha Vidyuta. Na bhanti. Because Vidyuta is there. Vidyuta means flashes of lightning. Thunderings. Because when it lights also flashes, it illuminates the whole place. Thunders. When it rains, so it illuminates the whole, the streak of light is there. Very big streak like that. It can run for kilometers, huh? That lightning has a lot of power. Very thousands of kilowatt light is there. It can burn the whole building. So much lightning is there. So much power is there in that. So that illuminates the place. This is how Pururava was gone. You remember the story of Pururava? You remember? Huh? Pururava? No? Achha, chalo, I need not tell the story. This was the naughty work of Indra. Now, Kutoyam Agnihi. In Singapore, I was there. So one lady used to say Kutoyam Agni. It is Kutaha. Because they read the transliteration. So ta and ta is not clear. So there's a natatra suryo bhati nattanjanda tarakam. Nema vidyato bhanti kutoyam agni. And she was from India. I said, kya yaar aise log hai? If some foreigners talk, I can understand by he is Englishman, American. Punjabi, Indian. Kuto Yamagni. When anything, you can make it out that the person has not gone through some training. Kuto Yamagni, Kuto Yamagni. It is Kutaha Ayam Agni. Kutaha. Kuta means from where? How come? Please note, Ayam Agni. Ayam. What is the Pratipadik of Ayam? Jaldi bolo. Idam. Pulling. Ayam imau ime. अरे यार ये तो छोड़ता नहीं साथ इस इमे सिमे. How much I try to not remember these things. It is like past. How much I try to forget. Still it haunts us. Kutta. I just don't want to talk about it. Kutta Ayam Agni. What to talk of the fire? That means what? With regard to the Atma. The fire does not illuminate the Atma. With regard to that, please note, fire also does not illuminate the Atma. A very important point is Ayam Agni is there. Why? Because he is holding the fire. Ayam Agni. Agni is Ikaran Pulling. Agni, 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 Agneya, like that. Right? So Ayam Agni, he is holding that fire, the lamp in his hand. Ayam is for Samipati. That means this is local Agni. This is Bhautik Agni. And Surya and Chandrama are Daivik Agni. That is Devagni, this is Bhutagni. It is Devagni. न तत्र सूर्यो भाति न चंद्र तारकम नेमा विद्युतो भांति गुतो यमग्नि. Then what next line? Tamev bhantam. Tanev bhantam. Bhantam. How the word bhantam has come? Bolo. Don't ask. Don't trouble me, please. I'm a simple person. I don't know anything. How it declines? Bhanam. 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 Bhanam, Bhano, Bhana. Bhantah, Bhantau, Bhanta, Bhantam. Means illuminating. That being illuminating. This is the beauty of Sanskrit. 3-4 words is only one word here. How much respect you should have, you will know when you study Sanskrit. Like Pathan word is there, Pathan. Or Pathan means while studying. I mean Sanskrit only Pathan. Gachan, while going. So Bhantam means to that which is illuminating. To that which is illuminating. That is called Bhantam. Tameva Bhantam. Tameva Bhantam. While that is being illuminating, then what happened? That means what? It is self-shining. It is self-effulgent. It is self-evident. It is not illumined by anything else. Bhantam, it is of the nature of illumination. And that being illuminating. Okay. Then what happened? Tamyo Bhantam Sarvam Anubhati. Everything else is shining because of that Atma. Shining doesn't mean something is light, revealing. Shining is revealing. Everything is known. Anubhati. So the third reason is the main line, which will be taken in the Bhashya. Tameo bhantam anubhati. There is where Bhashkar will come back to you tomorrow. Tameo bhantam anubhati. Anukriti. Anukriti will be there. What is that? That means what? Huh? Please get my point. Anu word is to indicate later on. Later. Paschat bhavam. One is pura bhavam. One which is happening before shining. Other is paschat. Anu. Anu means paschat. After that. Like Anuj word is there. Anuja. Anuj. Ramaha gacchati. Lakshmanaha anugacchati. Ram goes, Lakshman goes after that. Anuj means paschat jata. Anu means paschat. Ja means jata. One who is born later on is called Anuja. Younger brother, Anuja. Elder brother, Agraja. Younger sister, Anuja. Once you add a, you bring a feminine there. So, tameo bhantam anubhat, sarvam anubhati. So, first Uttam Purush, then Madhyam Purush and Pratham Purush. So, first is the knowledge of the I, then only this will be known. You cannot have the knowledge of the this first and I later on. This is the general meaning. What does it mean? Knowledge of the I. Tameo bhantam anubhati sarvam. यहाँ तक तो ठीक था. Upanishad went one more has. बोले तस्य भाषा सर्वमिदं विभाति. By the light of this Atma, everything else is illumined. I thought sun is illuminating. No, sun is not illuminating. How come? What how come? Light from your eyes goes, the consciousness. Understand this point. If you are knowing this watch, this light is to give bath to the watch. It pervades the light, then it is called icy watch. Right? So this light pervades. Sunlight gives bath to the whole earth, then you see the earth, trees are there. If I say close your eyes and see lotus, so you saw lotus. You saw lotus inside, lotus. Not Lotus FM, lotus. And that lotus, whose light you saw? That light, that lotus which you saw in your mind, that lotus was seen in the light of consciousness only. It is not, outer light is not seen. Now be very careful. This is written in Advait Makrant. Advait Makrant says the light of consciousness goes through your eyes. And this light pervades the sun, and therefore sun is known. The light of consciousness goes through every part of the world. It bathes the whole world. And therefore, by this light, only that light is known. You got my point? So, tasya bhasa sarvamidam vibhati. Time is over. Tomorrow I'll come back to it. Then we'll go in detail with this anukritehe, anukritya adhikaran. This is called anukritya adhikaran. Don't say anuprati adhikaran. Anukritya adhikaran. Sandhi is there. Hari Om. Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Guru Pyo Namah. Hari Om.